Right, I'm done.
That was beautiful.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of September 19th, 2023. This is our preview of week 4. Yes, correct. Great. I can do numbers. Sure, why not? Julep, you're going to have to stop. Whatever you're doing, Julep, you're going to have to stop. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to have to kick her out. She's annoying.
Welcome to the Sickos Committee Podcast, where Jordan has to remove an animal.
She just couldn't behave. Let me try that again. Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of September 19th, 2023. This is our preview of week 4. We are now officially in the middle of the season. We have a podcat. This is an animal crazy night. Who knows what's going on? Who knows what other animals will guest star on the podcast? We'll see what happens. As always, I'm Jordan. With me tonight, I've got Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl, and Arthur on the ones and twos. Beth, how are you?
I'm great. I'm going to distract the podcat now so he doesn't bite me again. Somebody else talk.
Okay. Pitt Girl, how are you?
I'm good. I made a guest appearance on Pitt Talk Network's podcast yesterday, so that was fun. Shout out to them for having me.
So you said nice things about Phil, I'm guessing.
Oh, so many nice things about Phil. He's very tall.
Here we go. Commish, how are you, sir?
Oh, good. Just making it through the week and enjoyed a day off of work, and just did some normal stuff around the house and got to relax a little bit, which I hadn't had a day off in 3 months, so
it's been a while.
It's been nice. It's been nice.
Well, I do need to start with some bad news, some sad news for me, especially in Commish, because we both have very strong ties to this man. Dartmouth head coach Buddy Teevens passed away this evening. He was in a bike accident in March. Ended up having to have a leg amputated and having some spinal issues, and due to complications, he passed away this evening. Buddy was head coach at Dartmouth, Tulane, and Stanford, was running back coach and quarterback coach at Florida under Steve Spurrier, and was just an excellent person. When he came to Dartmouth the second times when I was there, he made the band, who, let's be honest here, we were pretty fucking annoying, feel like part of the football community, like we were wanted at games, like we were important to the vibe of everything. He had the players learn the Dartmouth songs that we were so passionate about. We were sort of like the traditionalists in terms of like, these are the songs that are 100 years old and that are ours. We want to sing them. We want to play them. And he was all about that. He was a Dartmouth alum himself. And I mean, beyond that, he was a champion for player safety. He came up with sort of the first football robots. He started banning tackling at practices, which everyone was like, oh shit, like you're going to get fucking fired. You're done. And Dartmouth had their best season in decades that year. He also was a champion for women in college football spaces. He hired the first full-time woman assistant coach, and many more folks that are in the NFL now started at Dartmouth. And that's something I'm very proud of, that's the legacy he leaves behind, and a bunch of great players in a great place. And yeah, he'll be missed a lot. I know this is like for jokes and shit, but like I gotta get this out of my system. There's the Dartmouth alma mater has the last verse that I'm going to read part of, because it's something that is important to all of us. They have the still north in their heart, their soul, the hill winds in their breath, and then granted New Hampshire is made part of them till death. And he was a piece of New Hampshire like the rest of us. And so you'll be missed, buddy. Thank you for all the good years. Now we can make jokes. Sorry. Got to get that out of my system.
Well, no, I mean, Buddy was kind of, I guess you would say, like my formative football years.
Yeah.
So he was at Tulane from 92 to like 96. And those years were not great for Tulane. I mean, I still like have the commercial that they had in my head.
Now I gotta find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I have to find
I'm gonna have to like pester Tulane Green Wave so that they could do that. The Buddy Teevens commercial talking about the buddy system, and like he came from Dartmouth to Tulane. So he was at Maine, and then he went to Dartmouth, and then to Tulane. Which I mean, at this time, the Tulane like football program was like in shambles. It was after Mac Brown. It was not like, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, Greg Davis was the coach before him, and just not necessarily a great tenure there either. But Tulane, again, really didn't fund football. They played in the cavernous Superdome. They played, I mean, really, I would go there with my dad, and we would go watch the games. And you just basically walk up there, and like an alumnus or an alumni would just hand you tickets if you brought a kid, and you would just go. And if the game got out of hand, maybe like second quarter, third quarter, whatever, it's like a big deficit. I'm playing football in the Superdome ramps that have like sloped ceilings, like with these little like Tulane footballs, and ripping holes in my pants and getting my dad upset at me, or mostly my mom when we got home, like he ripped his pants again. But stuff like that. And I don't know, that formed my Tulane fandom. And again, like growing up in New Orleans, like the Saints were not great. Tulane wasn't great. LSU really wasn't that great. Just watching football to watch football, kind of, he was a big influence. I never met the man. I heard nothing but nice things about him. And he's going to be truly missed.
Like I said, he made us definitely feel like we belonged as part of the system, which we hadn't in a while. So that was great. And I know that the Dartmouth community is really hurting tonight. And he was like, he wasn't like the dean of the Ivy League coaches, but he'd been there forever. I mean, he came back in 2005 when I was there. Or 2004. He also like, or 2005, sorry, yeah, right. And he, had been at Dartmouth from 87 to 91 before that. Like, he'd been through the whole thing. So, Dartmouth community, we love you. Hang in there, guys. Tulane, Stanford, Maine, everywhere else he reached. Yeah. And he got to be a running backs coach under Spurrier at Florida. Like, how much fun.
I mean, yeah.
Apparently, he gave Jed Fish his first job, too.
Oh.
So like all the coaches are pouring out, and that makes me happy that like the big coaches now know this guy, and like we're part of his thing. I need to hear a Mac Brown eulogize him now. I need that in my life.
You want to do the impression?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'll get sad actually.
I
gotta be funny.
Okay. Well.
Okay. So let's get our week 4 vibes in here.
Okay.
We are now on to conference play for a lot of teams. Although I was going through this and there's much less conference play than I thought. There's still some weird shit in here.
Yeah, there is conference play's not there yet. It's like some teams are dipping their toe into conference play, and then others are like, hey, we're going to be extremely wild and weird this week. And there's 63 FBS versus FBS games. And as a committee, we're like, we want to watch all the games. We definitely want to watch everything we can. And we're running into problems with the rankings. We're like, okay, I can't just list 63 games. We have to cut these. And so we're trying to cut games here. And we're like, these are tough cuts because some of these games are just frankly weird as hell. With the new realignment, with the new like conference situations, there's opponents that don't normally play each other, but now they're in the conference with each other. There's a lot of weirdness here. And so again, we're going to try to cut our list to make it a little bit lower than normal. Because I mean, last week we had 49 games.
I had to shrink the font so much.
That's too much. So we're gonna try to do that. If your game is left out, apologies.
I hate you.
You hate me? Okay.
The game is left out. I hate you. I hate your
How
team.
dare you?
I don't give a fuck about them.
Okay, cool. I feel like real college football media if somebody's like upset at us for something so trivial at not
All
ranking their game.
engagements, good engagement.
Don't know. But
Jordan Sicko hates your team.
Yeah, Jordan hates your team.
Mhm.
No, it's weird. Like sometimes, like I'll just laugh at something, and then like I see a tweet, and I'm just like, okay, this is gonna stick with me for like a week. I'm like, oh, okay, but yeah, I'm not trying to do this. This is all for fun. If your team's not ranked, I'm sorry. You could yell at Jordan. I'll just duck away from the timeline. Yeah, Jordan.
I hate your team.
Jordan hates your game and your team too. So I love them all.
As always, let's get started with talking about what the ACC Network is showing on Saturday.
Thank God.
We all care about. We got to make sure.
Does that include like the CW offshoot of it too?
No, but I can do that. Okay. So let's do that too.
Let's do that.
I'll do it my local CW 30, I believe, is my local station.
Okay, we'll start with the CW schedule because only ACC people play on that, right? Well, I mean, Cincinnati is spiritually ACC or Big East or whatever.
Is that my local one?
Sure.
Oh, by the way, do you know what's back this week? Cages.
Oh.
Cages is back this week. Utah State's playing on Cages.
Oh.
Alice, CW, TV station. CW 33. Yeah, KDAF. Here we go. I really wish they would have gotten an actual sports logo package and not just stolen ESPN's. That's depressing. Here we go. They want me to turn off my ad blockers? Fuck no. I'm talking about, oh my God. Turn off your ad blockers to look at our schedule.
No.
Here we go. On the CW on Saturday in North Texas, mind you. Start in the morning, we have something called Jack Hanna's Into the Wild.
Okay. That's some good TV.
Okay. Got lots of that in the morning.
That's good Saturday morning, like CW action.
Vet Dream Team.
My dad went to school with Jack Hanna.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tales of Valor. Tales spelled Tails.
Your dad.
Episode.
Your dad Puddles, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Puddles.
Yes.
The episode summary: a Labrador plays a vital vital role in a woman's ability to recover. From what? I don't know. Then DFW Metro Pets. Paid programming. In the Kitchen with the Breakfast Brothers.
Okay.
Live Golf.
Oh, great.
Lots of Live Golf.
Live, laugh, golf.
One episode of Young Sheldon where Sheldon visits Caltech, and then Georgia Tech at Wake Forest.
That feels right.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, YOLO Texas. I feel like I have to watch YOLO Texas now that I've talked about it. Then on the actual ACC network, starting at 7 in the morning, Twice as Nice, The Legend of Charlie Ward. Okay. Then We're Number One, the story of 1990 ACC football. We're Number One, the story of 1981 Clemson football. We're Number One, the story of 1999 Clemson. Florida State football.
1990, we're Number One, so they have a show about Georgia Tech?
There's apparently two teams that spent time at Number One in 1990.
Okay.
Who were the two ACC teams in 1990 that spent time at Number One? Georgia Tech and...
I mean, Florida State wasn't in the ACC yet, or were they?
Was Clemson one at that point? Was Clemson one? No, Clemson couldn't have been one.
Don't look at me. I wasn't alive yet.
Oh, God damn it.
That was mean.
That was so mean.
It was mean.
What I didn't do anything to you. I haven't been mean to you yet.
I mean, it's just a pile of Florida State. It's Florida State, and then it's Miami.
Guys, no. It was Virginia was Number One.
What?
For 3 weeks.
In what poll?
In the AP poll.
The AP
they
poll.
finished number 23. What the fuck?
I know.
Oh wait, 1990.
Yeah,
I was in 91.
Oh my God, they beat my. So hold up.
Shout out to our man Ty Detmer who won the Heisman that season.
Hey,
hold up. What is 1990 Virginia football? Okay, hold up.
Whoa.
Hold the fuck up.
We got Miami.
Oh, it was a big slide. Holy shit.
Notre Dame, Michigan, Virginia, Notre Dame, Colorado. Oh, right.
And then I'm gonna drop the schedule in the chat and I'll read through it because it's hilarious.
Oh man.
Oh.
Here we go. We've got started at number 15. You win at Kansas. Beat number 9 Clemson. Go up to 14. Beat Navy. Go up to number 11. At Duke. Go up to number 10. Beat William & Mary. Jump to number 7. Beat NC State. Jump to number 2. Win at Wake. Gets you number 1. You lose at Georgia Tech, which drops you number 11. You beat North Carolina. Puts you up to number 8. Then you lose to Maryland. then you lose to Virginia Tech, and then you lose your bowl to Tennessee.
Oh my God, I remember
was
that.
The Sugar Bowl, though. Shout out to Virginia for making the Sugar Bowl.
I remember that bowl. I remember there was a local newscast. I remember that game because they were just talking about two different shades of orange. So the Cavalier orange and the Tennessee orange was just an incredible amount of orange in New Orleans, and it just two different shades of orange in the Sugar Bowl. And apparently it was a very wild game because Tennessee won that one 23-22.
The Creamsicle Bowl.
Yes.
Then the games on the ACC Network at noon Eastern. Army versus Syracuse.
Ooh,
no. Oh, no. Boston College versus Louisville. Quote, the undefeated Cardinals welcome the upset-minded Eagles to the Bluegrass State for an ACC affair.
Sure.
Yeah. And then 8 p.m. Eastern, North Carolina versus Pittsburgh.
Don't look at us.
We're hideous.
I love you did the guest spot on that Pitt podcast, and I love the description of it. I'm so through. The description of the tweet and the podcast. Mm-hmm. It was phenomenal. I gotta find it again. I want to read it. I think I put it.
Also, if you're up to 4 a.m., after the Hawaii game, they will be reshowing the NC State versus Virginia game.
I like here's the tweet from the podcast that you're on, Pitt Talk Network pod. I was like, wait, I thought they were just talking about Pitt Girl on the Sickos Committee pod. I'm like, oh my God, did we rip Pitt a new one? So I read this wrong. I was like, oh no way. And then it said they vent all about Pitt's loss to West Virginia in the brawl. They rip into Phil Yurkovich and the coach's stubborn refusal to bench him, and where they go from here. I just wanted to say it like that, but it's not necessarily that dramatic, I don't think. Or maybe it could be. Listen to the podcast.
This is also ULM's bye week.
That's right. ULM Bye Week Mentioned.
So I think
do I need a bet
from bets? No, I think you
okay, because I know I failed horribly at the. I was. Not
it was
good.
Great.
It was
wonderful.
I listened back to that today, and it was even funnier the second time.
Yeah, it was so bad. I was so behind. It was ridiculous. It was. It's
like hullabaloo Canuck. What?
I woke up. I think Monday morning, and the song was in my head. I was like, "Oh, come on, man!" So yes, I paid the price for the A&O having to sing that. So ULM bye week. I don't know. Do y'all want to bet me to go somewhere crazy or something? I have to leave the state of Texas because I sung the Aggie War hymn so bad. So I'm fleeing the state this weekend.
I like that. That feels like a fitting.
Yeah, I'm on the lam from the Aggie folks are gonna come get me because I sung so badly.
Yeah, this remake of Walker Texas Ranger is weird.
Let's start with a game. Well, let's start with some of the options we have for game of the week. First off, this is New Mexico State at Hawaii, 11 p.m. Central. New Mexico State is going to be so tired.
Not really.
It's going to be 10 p.m. local for them.
Okay,
a late kick for them.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And it'll be what time on the islands? 11 p.m. kick.
It's
Central
6.
is 6 on the islands. Yeah.
6.
What more could you want from a fun game? This is sort of like a Sickos Committee classic.
Yeah. This is just. This is what you. It's going to be the nightcap. It involves 2 of our committee favorite teams, New Mexico State and Hawaii, and it's essentially going to be a standalone game to end unless something goes crazy in the window after that, because all the other games start at 9:30 Central or 10:30 Eastern, and then this one starts at essentially 11 Central, an hour and a half after that. So by the time those other games are ending, this one will probably be getting to the second half.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is
classic.
The definition of being a sicko, staying up late. You're going to wake up so tired just watching this game. And I hope for a really, really entertaining game. Pavia and Schrager?
Yeah.
Yeah. The quarterback. I feel like there's going to be a lot of fireworks. I hope there's no defense, and it's just points and points and points, because that'll help me stay awake. So I'm
gonna bet right now, probably not going to get to the numbers of Colorado State. The ratings that they got, I don't think this is going to get the same ratings.
We could only be so lucky.
You know, if 8 point whatever million people want to watch Hawaii and New Mexico State, I am all with you folks. I don't think we're going to get to those numbers. How about New Mexico at UMass at 2:30? This is another weird one. Another one that is right up our alley.
Yeah.
UMass, a favorite of ours. New Mexico, also a favorite of ours. Weird non-conference schedule for now. Who knows what that will look like in a couple of weeks.
There was a flirtation with UMass getting in Conference USA, but New Mexico's in the Mountain West, though. So
for now,
maybe the Frontier Conference comes back, or the Border Conference, whatever. Because UMass is on the border of something, right?
Yeah, this is the
New Mexico, probably.
Sure.
Yeah, of course. Hey,
close enough.
Big New Mexico or big Massachusetts. Now I gotta make a graphic now, actually. I need to make a big Massachusetts graphic.
Please do that.
I will. I don't say this is the battle for the bottom, but these are two teams that desperately need this win. Because this is New Mexico last week, coach said, we're gonna make a bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You gotta win this one.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. And if New Mexico is gonna, if UMass is gonna save their season too, they gotta have this one. This is important for both teams, which is a great way to have this game.
It's a week 4 must-win game for both if they want a bowl, right?
You're right, and this is I love this having these kinds of games early on in the season. Always feels valuable to me.
Yeah,
this is what I was thinking today. I think why I like having Red River in the middle of the season is because it's such a monumental game for Texas and Oklahoma, and it's week 6, and that's perfect because you need a big, scary, monumental game right then. That feels good. How about Oklahoma State at Iowa State at 3:00?
You know who's calling this game, right?
This is Petros, isn't it?
This is Petros, our boy Petros.
I can't believe he's come. Petros hasn't been up this early in ages. I don't know what he does at 3 p.m.
I hope he's only calling one game and they're not making him call another game 6 hours later or something.
Fly him out to Arizona. Yep, fly him out to Arizona for this.
Who knows? But yeah, this is
a snake-bitten cursed game is what it is.
That's a lot of red on the CFB graphs chart.
Yeah. Also, as always, thank you, Stats of War Parker at Stats of War on Twitter, Parker, for putting out your preview graphics. They help us a ton. And holy bajoli, these two teams are really ineffective at a lot of things.
No bueno.
And are both teams 1-3, or am I 1-2?
Just pain.
I think Iowa's only beaten Northern Iowa. And,
Iowa State, yes. Sir.
I'm sorry, Iowa State. Yes, I did that.
Oklahoma is 2-1.
Oh, they beat Arizona State in our previous Sickos game of the week. Iowa State only beat FCS Northern Iowa. There's so many Iowas, and I got all the Iowas confused because there was an Iowa trifecta, which is probably just 3 points. Yeah.
Iowa trifecta. Do not look up Iowa trifecta on Urban Dictionary.
God. I hope there's not a definition for that.
That's okay. There will be one soon. I think
it's impossible to be 2-1 and to be spiritually 0-3.
I mean, that's Oklahoma State right now. I didn't know what happened the first 3 weeks. I guarantee you that if you ask them what happened the last 2 weeks before the South Alabama blowout, they cannot remember. Oklahoma State fans are all I remember is, the Jaguars fucking rolling on us. Can I interest you in UNLV at UTEP at 8 p.m.?
Yes.
Ooh.
Right? This is, again, spiritually Mountain West, but the Mountain West thinks they're too good for UTEP, so fuck them. And we have this game not in Vegas, but in the Sun Bowl, which, again, a beautiful place that all games should be. You guys saw the camo jerseys?
I did not.
Let me get those. Let me get those up for y'all.
Oh, the camo jerseys, yes. Which apparently they're incredibly effective around the El Paso area. Seriously, no, with the orange involved here. And Pay Dirt Pete was on a tank, which is amazing and incredible.
There's the camo jerseys, right? Because when you think camo, you're thinking, it's all over camo. No. It is just center of mass camo.
They look like they are going desert deer hunting.
You're never going to see them in front of that orange, Julius. They'll just blend right in.
And then we have Pay Dirt Pete riding a tank. And a 19 megabyte image. Jesus, guys. UTEP social media. We needed every pixel of this.
Well, I mean, these images are sponsored by Audi of El Paso.
I remember talking to you guys about, this is a thing that happens in Texas where Like high school football teams will just take pictures with like tanks and Hummers and Jeeps. Like this is not uncommon. This did not surprise me. Everyone's just shaking their heads.
I don't know how to process that. I really, really don't.
Because you don't support the troops like we do. That's what
I guess
this is.
not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't support the troops. Not like Pater Pete, who's standing astride a kank.
As one does.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if you got the chance to like sit on the, I was gonna say nozzle. What do you call that part of a tank? It's not a nozzle. It's
that is a gun.
The gun of a tank. Like you would sit on top of the gun of a tank, would you? And like, yeah.
I fall off chairs.
It's a little too Dr. Strangelove for me.
Okay, is this a guy thing? Is this another Wire Men thing? Because I would love to like sit on that thing and like.
Well,
there are a lot of things I could say, and none of them I will say.
Okay, how nice. Thank you. How nice. But yeah, this UNLV at UTEP, this is going to be an interesting one in that you have UTEP, again, this is a big one for them, trying to make a bowl. And you have UNLV, who is coming off of a very big win. Is this the letdown after the Vanderbilt win, which is a weird
They just beat a Power 5 team at home. Now they go on the road to the Sun Bowl late at night on Saturday. Will they have a letdown after being victorious over Vandy?
Such a weird sentence.
It's a great sentence, and I wanted to say it out loud, and I'm glad I did.
Good. I'm glad you got to do that.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
Then Virginia Tech at Marshall? Really?
Sure.
Beth, how do you feel about this? Like, what words do you have for this game?
Like, this game has got to be, like, you hate both of them?
Yeah.
But who do you hate more?
Probably
Marshall. I'm going to say Marshall, but I don't know. There's the Black Diamond Trophy involved, so.
Yeah, but we have that. Like, that's...
Ooh.
Hey, listen. Come and take it.
Can you put that on, like, the Texas flag that says "Come and Take It"? And it's just a black diamond.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
I
done.
can.
Yeah.
I can do any of that.
Yeah. Please do that.
Why didn't I make a "Come and Take It" like a Pennsylvania or like or Delaware?
We got time.
Virginia Tech is not favored in this game. In fact, I see Marshall -9.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the flying fuck is going on?
VT is bad.
They are bad.
The colors say bad.
Yeah. I would also like to propose that we call this game the Acquaintances of Coal Bowl.
Ooh, I like this.
Similarly, Marshall Pitt is the side yard brawl next to the trash cans.
We need a Marshall Duquesne game. That's the side yard brawl. That's the backyard garden brawl.
I'm imagining like Duquesne fans, all of them sporting their version of the One Ring, wandering into Hillbilly Hot Dogs, just deeply confused.
I think Duquesne Marshall is that strip between the sidewalk and the road.
Oh, the easement brawl. Yeah, okay.
Yes, yeah.
The part the city tears up every once in a while brawl.
It's just messed up.
Oh, I agree. Now, I have a real fun one for you guys. I did not know this game was happening until today, and I got so excited. Sam Houston at Houston.
You just said the same thing twice.
I did. Sam Houston at Houston. Sam Houston, if you did not know, is not in Houston. It is in Huntsville, outside of Houston. But they have one of my favorite things in the world, which is a giant statue of Sam Houston. And I think this should be the trophy for the game. If you've never seen this trophy, never seen this statue, it is glorious. I will drop it in the chat for y'all. It is beautiful. It is large.
I agree with this. And I would also add that I think it should be the trophy, but it shouldn't move. It's
absolutely.
Legal acquisition of it changes in the same way that like the society that used the really, really big rocks as units of account didn't move them. Yep. They just kept track of them.
It's like an embassy.
Do you guys have giant statues of your state founders in your state? Do you have a William Penn statue this large?
I mean, we have Billy P.
There is a very large statue of William Penn in the state capitol as well.
Okay.
Or in the state museum.
Is it this big though?
Probably not. It's inside.
I mean, you can make an argument that the Billy P in Philadelphia is that big because it is atop City Hall and it is way up there.
I'd forgotten this because I had not been there in a while, but also as you're going through this little park here, there is just his face as well. I'm dropping that in the chat, and you can just lean on his face, Sam Houston's face. This is the same guy who did this. There used to be a roadside attraction somewhere in like North Carolina, maybe, of President's like giant head state park. And they just made like all these like giant president's heads. The park closed down and they auctioned the heads off. And then I did not get James K. Polk as one of my greatest failures in life. But yeah, like this just exists. And it's on the side of the road between Houston and Huntsville, or it's in Huntsville. And this has to be the trophy.
What's the secondary market for presidential heads like?
I don't know, but got to find out. I mean, surely we could afford one. Surely with our big podcast money. Commish, I'm gonna need a loan. I'm gonna need the cash.
Man, we're gonna need some more. We're gonna need some more patrons to afford this trophy here.
Well, it depends. I mean, if we go after, a William Henry Harrison, it probably isn't going to be that expensive.
I want James Buchanan. Can I get a James Buchanan head?
Oh God,
you do not want James Buchanan.
It's free. Probably free.
I mean, yeah, probably.
I'm just thinking about
mentioned this before.
You keep saying all these heads, in my mind goes to Futurama with like the presidents in the jars of water.
Can I interest you in a shiny new Nixon?
Oh wait, hold up.
Like what about the delicious taste of Charleston Chew?
Here's what the heads look like, by the way, in their fallen condition. They're apparently building a new park for them.
Yeah, that's
This looks like the statue level from GoldenEye.
Yeah. Easter Island just hasn't been the same since the rebrand.
Why is this very post-apocalyptic?
It
because
is
because they let them sit out and rot for a while. Like the park shut down and they just let the weather take them.
Can I go out there and just scream you damn dirty apes? I mean, I feel like this would be appropriate.
I mean, this is BioShock. This like they made BioShock.
Fallout. I mean, this is
here's what it used to look like. Here's what it used to look like when it was, like actually nice. It was called President's Park. It was in I went to this thing. It was in Williamsburg, Virginia. Of course it was in Williamsburg.
Of course it was.
How did I not know about that? Huh.
Okay.
It closed in 2012.
I kind of
apparently they had an auction, but the auction never happened.
I kind of like it better post-apocalyptic, to be honest.
So I want you to think about how you felt about the country generally in 2012 and how you feel about the country generally right now.
It was very different.
Yeah.
It does feel right.
So yeah, this is a thing.
Just pulling up to take some pictures and selfies on Instagram with Thomas Jefferson by making a duck face in 2012. I don't know. Was that 2012?
I think this is the same guy that also there's a statue of Dwight Eisenhower about 30 minutes north of me because he's from Denison, Texas. And so I think they made another version of the Ike head for Denison because it's up there too. I should drive there one of these days and take a picture of the Ike head.
This is again,
you were just having so much trouble with this.
Especially because I am from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, home of Pennsylvania's only president elected while he was a resident of that state, James Buchanan, who was such a shitty president that when I was in elementary school, they did not take us to his estate. I have never been there. He's Pennsylvania's only president, but there are no statues of him in Lancaster of any great note. I guarantee you of that.
I can imagine. Okay, so also this is the Dana Holgerson might be completely fucked bowl.
All I can think of is the Joe Magarac statue, which I've now posted in the chat.
Oh my God, where's that?
In Braddock.
Okay.
He's like the Paul Bunyan of steel.
So was this like did American Steel make this up? U.S. Steel make this up to compete with the Paul Bunyan myth?
Probably. That feels right.
Then another game that is bizarre and at the 11 a.m. spot. Tulsa at Northern Illinois. Who's doing this?
Every day. Every podcast we have, there's another game where I'm just like, but why?
Right, like so weird.
I'm not mad about it. It's just why?
Blink twice if they're making you do this.
I mean, Tulsa's coming off an absolute like Oklahoma kicked the doors in.
Okay, they played last year.
This is like the second time ever they've played or whatever.
Yeah, so last year this was a wild one, and Tulsa was able to hang on and win. So I think maybe they signed up a home and home, but I'm not up
There's a
on
lot.
my Tulsa NIU home and home stuff. I have no
There's
idea.
a lot on this list that is like the second half of a weird home and home.
Yeah.
One that is not, however, is the last iron skillet in a while. SMU at TCU. This is our last iron skillet until they all join a mega conference together in 30 years. I guess I don't have a good sense of the vibe on this one with like who's ready to be done with this rivalry. I think both sides are a little just like, I don't fucking need you anymore, which is weird. There's a lot of anger over TCU getting back into the Big 12 before SMU did. Plus the idea that TCU somehow kept SMU out of there, even though they both got screwed in the original realignment. So this is weird. One of my favorite rivalry trophies, though, because it is a thing.
So I think that this is one of the situations where we need to take the rivalry trophy and we need to weaponize it.
Well,
And we need to say, like, hey, listen, SMU, if TCU wins that trophy, they're going to run it through the dishwasher.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, they will. They will. Better go get it.
Go get that skillet.
I think it's apocryphal, but the original story I always heard was that they were outside a game and some SMU alums were frying frog legs in a cast iron skillet, and the TCU fans were like, that is untoward, good sir. And they battled for the skillet then. I think that's apocryphal. Frog legs, however, are delicious. Auburn at Texas A&M at 11 in the morning. Guys,
oh, God.
Right. This
Oh.
is
Do
I
we
don't
have
want any
Station?
part of this.
It's in College Station.
It's in College Station.
There's no Waffle House there. Oh God, I just upset A&M fans again. I really gonna have to flee the state. I sung their song
Mhm.
horribly, and A&M fans must hate me for my horrible hullabalooing and connecting.
Hullabaloo, connect. Hullabaloo, connect.
Yes, or whether Chingur. Well, I have no idea whether
This is
kangaroo. I have no idea.
there is so much anxiety wrapped up in this one. It's beautiful. It's basically a dead heat, I think.
Analytics, it's not, but
What does analytics say?
A&M's favored, big, like 60, like 65-35.
Maybe. What have we seen Auburn do that was stupid? Auburn almost lost to Cal. That's right.
Yes.
Auburn had to like claw back against Cal, who
Yes.
then spent like a game clawing back against Idaho. Okay. Yep.
Yes.
I back. This transitive circles back in my head.
Okay,
great.
you're welcome.
I'm excited to see where they have Bobby Petrino again, what hat he'll be wearing, what shades he'll be wearing, trying to disguise himself to make sure that he can't be served papers. What kind of papers do you think they're trying to serve Bobby Petrino?
Tax evasion feels like a good answer.
I think so. Because if I say paternity, I'm going to feel real bad, so I'm not going to say that.
Custody, but for a dog.
Dog custody.
Custody for like a pet, like iguana or something.
I don't want
Yeah.
to go too far, but just maybe some light insurance fraud. Light.
Sprinkle.
Yeah, just he's not been convicted or anything like that. They just want to talk to him, and he doesn't want to talk to them.
BYU at Kansas at 2:30, which is a conference game.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? This fucked me up when I was reading this. This is a conference game.
This is going to fuck me up all season.
And probably for several succeeding seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe this will finally get me to remember that Maryland's in the Big Ten. I'll have to
No.
I'll have to commit that to memory so I can learn this.
That's not real. That one's fake.
If that were real, someone would have written an article about that. Clearly, it can't be real. Kansas has looked good under Lance Leipold. We've said that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, BYU, however, has Keaton Slovis. This game's in Lawrence, which means that I intend to be with Kansas here. I just want to see if Slovis looked better the last game, and I want to see if he can continue this. I'm a college football fan. I want players to find a place where they are being useful, right? You want someone to find a home. I'm glad that Cade McNamara may have found a spot at Iowa. I'm glad that who's an incarnate word? Who
Zach Calzada.
I'm glad Zach Calzada found incarnate word.
Word.
I'm glad that who was it at SMU that I was like, who the fuck's playing? Who's QB3 at SMU that I was so just shocked about? Oh, it was Iowa's quarterback last year. Who was it?
Hunter Petras?
No, wasn't. No, it can't be.
Who's what? Hello?
Oh, Alex Padilla.
Okay.
Alex Padilla. Alex Padilla is now like QB3 at SMU. And I was so shocked when he walked out that I was like, what the fuck is going on? Alex Padilla's here. So yeah, that was weird. Georgia Southern at Ball State. This is the second half of a weird home and home, right?
I don't know.
More MAC Sunbelt games I like. That is a good combination. This is weird.
I really enjoy the MAC Sunbelt matchups, and I love the Mountain West versus the MAC. Those are like some of my most favorite conference matchups. One of them is essentially it's in the Potato Bowl, but I love when these two conferences get together, and the Sun Belt and the MAC, it's kind of like it feels like mini Big Ten versus SEC. I would say,
yeah, they feel very complimentary.
Yeah, and so it's like, okay, this is kind of like, do you start chanting MAC or SBC?
I would absolutely start chanting MAC at any MAC bowl game I go to, and they start winning.
MAC, or
they have the awesome pirate flag. They have the awesome pirate flag.
That's right.
The MAC pirate flag has been a great bit of branding for them.
The Sun Belt needs to travel with a championship belt when they upset a Power 5 team. And it's got a big.
It is Talk Like a Pirate Day, so
yar.
If it's
remember when pirates were a really big thing? That like zombies at the same time.
Pirates versus ninjas, also.
That, yep. I remember that. God, the 2000s were a much gentler time for all of us. 2010, that was 2010s. Now, Arthur, that was mean to our Pittsburgh fans. Arthur said, I'm not old enough to remember the Pirates being a thing.
Hey, Arthur, neither am I.
Yeah. You know what this podcast is.
Hey, they made the wild card. Don't. Again, I'm never going to get called a fair weather fan. I've been a Pirates fan my entire life. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate that if you're listening to the podcast. So thank you for passing that down to me. I stuck with them for 20 straight losing seasons. I again,
we really shouldn't do that to children.
Hey, look.
No, you don't do that to your kids. I'm not telling my kid to be a Tottenham fan. Fuck no. Why would I do that to him?
I bought 8 tickets to that wild card game. Believe me, I know they went to it.
Which one? Was it the Cueto one or the Baumgartner one?
Both of them.
Well, one was good. The other was bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we couldn't figure out the fans couldn't figure out a chant for Baumgartner instead of Cueto was easier to chant. That's why they lost.
Yeah.
It. That's the only reason.
Why did we lose a third syllable? Hard to chant.
It is. It was. That's what it was in my head, at least. Not that the pitcher went lights out the entire postseason, but okay.
App State at Wyoming.
I'm extremely into this.
Okay, right?
Coin flip. Put in the noise.
Yeah, I harder to sell you on Georgia Southern at Ball State. So this game apparently is going to have 20 to 25 mile per hour winds in Laramie.
This should be fine.
So those fat goalposts in Wyoming, the heavily reinforced ones.
Oh, that's right. These are
right.
Thick,
they're them thick boys. The thick goalposts up there in Laramie. Going to be braced for this one. With weather reports, it says the winds are coming out of the west, and the stadium goes north to south, essentially.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a crosswind. So field goal kicking and passing are going to be really weird. So this one is going to be so much fun, and I couldn't wait for this one, period. And then now you add in the weather of Laramie. Thank you so much. I am excited.
What station is this on? Hold on. What channel is this on?
It's got to be like
Sports Network.
CBS SN, yeah. And we get the CBS music.
SEC music.
Yes. That's right.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Appalachian State.
That over Laramie, I have seen that enough times now that no longer creates cognitive dissonance.
No, it
just
doesn't.
Makes me happy.
It does. You see it at maybe 6 or maybe 8 p.m. Central or something, and then you see the Mountain West on CBS SN, and you're just, okay, I could relax. My favorite one is the Friday night CBS SN game.
Oh, yeah.
That is just hey, that long week of work is over. Just kick back and relax with some Mountain West on CBS SN.
That's Boise at San Diego State this week, by the way.
San Jose State. No, just love it.
Kick back and relax on a Friday night version. It makes me really want a smooth jazz version of the SEC music. The SEC on CBS.
Like they
maybe?
have the sad injury Fox theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Like that, but it's like CBS Sports After Dark.
Ooh. The Quiet Storm.
Quiet Storm. Coming to you live from Stark Vegas. No.
Georgia State at Coastal Carolina. This is where Georgia State's perfect record goes. Like they're going to put the cards down now. They got to play on the teal turf on a Thursday.
This is going to be great. I don't even know what NFL game is on Thursday. I don't care. This is number one on our minds. Thursday night, Sun Belt, Fun Belt, Georgia State undefeated. Coastal Carolina, I think they have one loss. And it's on the teal turf. And we're going to get some weird sponsored field goal net. I think the last time I remember that there was a field goal net sponsor, it was by a Myrtle Beach shooting range.
Oh, yeah.
And there was like a big bullseye in it. It was like I can't remember the name of the shooting range. So I'm curious to see if they still sponsor the field goal net.
The game you're going to be missing on the NFL, by the way, is the Giants going to San Francisco and getting massacred by the 49ers.
Okay.
And it's on Amazon.
Oh.
And that game's going to be in hand very early, NFL people. You're going to need to switch over to this.
But any given Sunday. Oh, wait, no, it's Thursday.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Any given Sunday for sure, not on Thursdays. Rice at USF. How do we feel about proving that Rice is better than Bama?
Yes.
Because I think Rice clears USF by more than Bama does.
I don't know, man. This is going to be intriguing.
Real good. Rice is real good. Sorry. Rice is real good for Rice.
Are we looking at like potentially bowl eligible Rice?
I mean, yes. Bowl last year
2 years
at 5
in a row.
and 7.
2 years in a row.
Are we looking at non-APR bowl eligible Rice?
I think so. I think they get to 6 this year. In their first year in the American, they stepped up.
Dirty rice, zesty rice.
So it's time to get rid of the Chowder Bowl and start bringing on the Rice Bowl.
Exactly right.
Rice cooker.
Exactly. The rice cooker. The little like Zoji Rushi.
Yeah, no, it has to be a Zoji Rushi. It's the good rice cooker.
Rice needs. Wait, what's the Japanese company that makes the cute mascots? Is it Daiichi? The one that makes like the cute little like mascots.
Sanrio?
It feels like every Japanese company.
We're not talking about like Hello Kitty here. Are we talking about?
No, that is Sanrio.
Okay.
No, the ones that make like little. Hold up, this. I'll hear my drop in the chat. It makes these little things. It's called Tokyo Daichi.
Oh yes.
Oh, those.
Do they have
like a rice eagle?
Yeah, do they have a rice eagle? The fuck are you talking about? Eagle?
Yes, they have at least a hat with the owl on it.
Oh, I love him. He's great.
Oh, they have a flag too. I have the Pitt version of this flag.
He's adorable. He looks a little eagly. Okay, I might give you that.
I guess I don't know that they're not using Eurasian eagle owl, so we could call it an eagle.
I mean, I get so I just did 1994 Rice, and they had like the eagle style helmet, but like blue, like the old Philadelphia Eagle style helmet, but it was blue. So I apologize for my confusion. Definitely, they are the Owls. Forgive me that massive Rice fan base.
Yeah, you don't know how many Rice fans we have. Is this the Pitt one that you have, Pitt Girl?
The St. Louis.
You're going to get a Billiken too. Sorry.
I have the like full size big flag version of that.
That's awesome. I love him.
It'd be great, but they don't make Louisiana Monroe, of course. We're not cool like that.
Well, they have to make it for real football powers like
Teal.
Georgetown.
Yeah, Teal doesn't get one.
And Kennesaw State.
They like owls.
Yeah. I guess you can reap. Is that the same? It is almost. No, it's not. It's very different.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love these and awesome. Go Owls. Do I get to really sell up the fact that Oregon State Wazoo is the Pac-2 championship game? Can I really push this on the Twitter timeline?
Done.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like
it's not tacky.
No, I mean
I'm not making fun of it. I'm not being tacky. I just want to sell this as this is the real championship game for the Pac.
The people's Pac-12 champion or Pac-2 champion.
Survivor. This is the Survivor cage match. I hope that this game is about the game, because this is the kind of game where the navel gazing around it can get way stupider than the game itself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like this might be the only Pac-12 game where involving these two teams, at least, where the game is actually just about the game. Because, like, nobody here is screwing anybody else. They're just here to play football.
I feel like this is the only Pac-12 game. Period.
Okay. I like it. Hold up. Let me make sure I like it. How much do I like that? Ooh, Cal at Washington's bringing me in. That ACC Big Ten rivalry is like making me go, uh-huh. I love doing that because Pitt Girl's face always gets scrunchy whenever I start using the new conferences.
I don't like it.
I like this. Making it go away. Someone suggested two PAC-2 Furious for this game.
Which I love. Too Furious. Get some
Oregon Love. No, what is this? No.
Oregon, Colorado.
Can we start calling this conference Tupac, please?
I was just thinking. I was trying to make a California Love joke. Was it like what Pullman Love? No, Washington.
Corvallis Love.
Corvallis Love sounds like my Quiet Storm persona. Welcome to the Quiet Storm. I'm Corvallis Love. See, actually, Corvallis Love is a great radio name that I'm going to use.
I'm Don Corvallis, and welcome to the Soul Train.
But I don't have the right voice to be like, I'm Corvallis Love. Welcome to the Quiet Storm. Like, my voice does not do this.
Corvallis Love sounds like a 1990s PGA champion. Really.
And I'm trademarking my new romance novel series title.
Yep, there you go. Colorado State at Mitsu. Again, like,
it's a repayment of a home and home.
It's time to get serious. Can we be serious here? It's time to play conference games.
No.
Let's stop the silliness.
No. Bring on more. What podcast are you on and you want to be stopping the silliness? More, please. We were just
talking about how gross it is that conferences are getting bigger. No.
That's true.
Oh.
That's true.
Let's break down the SEC slate this week, guys. Hey, we still got to talk about Iowa-Penn State. That's a game we need to talk about.
No, so Colorado State, I'm curious to see what they do after that crazy Colorado game. Middle Tennessee is always interesting, and this is analytically a coin flip. I'm very curious.
This feels like a letdown for Colorado State, and I hate that feeling. Yeah. I hate that feeling.
Colorado State waking up at Mitsu in a bathtub full of ice
and Jello shots.
Jello shots in Murfreesboro. You know, stay away from them. Coach Jade Norvell.
One kidney. Open up the flap in the stomach where the kidney was. Just a stack of 10 Jello shots.
You know what? Some might call that an improvement.
Nice. Even trade, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I hope they at least go back home with one of those Jello shot machines.
I hope so. They earned it.
Before we go on, let's talk about the stuff we got. Sickos Committee Patreon Discord, as always. Come talk to us during the week. Come talk to us on Saturdays for $5 a month. You get to come yell at us. Chat about games, see the inner workings, show your pets, talk about food, get excited for this week's games. Literally on Saturday, we were already talking about what this week's slate was going to look like, and no one mentioned Sam Houston versus Houston to me. Crime. We have our merch store at sickoscommittee.org, which now redirects a little quicker, I think. I do have some fun new designs. Commish has convinced me to do some like 70s style designs. If you guys see the ones in the Photoshop thread, so I'm going to do a couple more like that. I may turn some of those into stickers. I kind of like them a lot. So we'll do that.
Sickos Committee wallpaper, not phone wallpaper. Wallpaper wallpaper.
How much does it cost to custom print wallpaper?
Probably a lot. That feels like a lot.
They would make good phone wallpapers, though.
That's what they're originally supposed to be.
Yeah, I wanted to do something like that. I was like, just start making. I mean, you said to me that you were kind of like low on juice and ideas. I was like, here, just make some phone backgrounds and see where it goes.
That was great. Like those things, those designs, you absolutely got me on those. So thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. I assume that after during the A&M Auburn game, that place is going to be an absolute fucking madhouse.
God. Yeah, give them a follow on Twitter. I think on their podcast, I don't know, maybe a couple of episodes ago, they had the legend coach, 3-year Letterman on the podcast. And, you know, we got taunted. I don't know if they taunted or like some people that listened to it or were on the podcast were like, take that, Sickos Committee. And I was like, well, I don't know what that means. I mean, like, I don't finance my waterbed. So, you know,
You should
I'm
only
not
ever
into
buy a
the,
waterbed in cash.
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
mean,
that's
I
got to be
don't
a very cash dependent business, right? Like it
cash
has to be.
I mean, again,
Or barter. How many chickens for a waterbed?
I mean,
How many kidneys for a waterbed?
how many Jello shots?
It feels like waking up
Can
on
you
a
have a Jell-O
waterbed missing a
shot bed?
kidney is a very Murfreesboro thing.
Jello shot bed.
A Jello
Yeah,
shot
very-
bed. Jello shot waterbed.
Thinking about the way that like they honeycomb the foam inside of a purple mattress, you probably could do that.
When I type in waterbeds near me, the first thing it suggests is Lowe's. Oh God.
Lowe's
And
has
then
waterbeds?
And then Walmart. Ooh, waterbed bargains. This is what I need.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Waterbedbargains.com, not a sponsor. Could be.
Also, no relation to pre-owned-airboats.com, but I'd forgive you for the mistake.
Gently used waterbeds.
What if I want that's not been? What if I want like a roughly used waterbed?
Is
Ooh,
there any other kind?
A soft side waterbed bladder. That's a word that I love involved in my beds. There's waterbed conditioner, waterbed heaters. I love this. I did not realize there was such a thing. This is great. Love it. Anyways, we have our Substack where we release our game synopses every week. Detmer 2.0 launch. We have our stuff in there too. We also have our deal with Sickos and Home Field Apparel. As always, first-time customers get 15% off using our code yes, ha 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 yes, that's 3 ha's. Then they have all their new stuff and our weekly Sickos shirt showdown. This week we have 4 shirts, 2 for Oregon State, 2 for Wazoo. If you want one of those or all of those, you get 25% off your order if you use offer code committee, including all the other shirts as well from our past Sickos shirts of the week and going forward.
Yeah.
They only are there until supplies last.
Yep.
So once they're gone, they're gone. Get on them now.
That's right. We have, I think, 10 total shirts now.
Ew.
So, we did a 2-pack for the PAC-2, Oregon State and Wazoo. We had one just like a vintage style for both schools. And then we had another one where we did something to celebrate their history. We had the Rose Bowl one for Oregon State. And then we had the Best of the West Apple Cup shirt for Wazoo.
I kind of want the drunk singing.
Oh, yeah.
One.
Oh, yeah.
That's
The drunk singing cougars with like the sweaters. Oh man, it's amazing.
Beth, you have the same problem as me. If you wear red like anywhere above like torso level, right?
I am the wrong color to like. Nope. I clash with everything in the red family of products. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all.
Like I want this shirt so badly. I'm just afraid that like the red will just continue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. Like I look like a forest fire. It's not good. It doesn't work.
The creamsicle orange might work for me. Like that Oregon State Rose Bowl shirt, like that might work for me.
Yeah, that could work for you. Although there's a shirt coming up, I think, later this season that I'm real excited for you to have.
We will talk about that shirt. I'm excited too. So excited.
You sound really excited.
So excited. Offer code community. Offer code committee for 25% off these shirts.
Yeah.
We're going to have this going on all season long. Get on it while you can. If you want one, don't wait, because if you do, they may be gone.
Yeah.
We don't want you to miss out.
Also, they're launching Idaho and Idaho State.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
That they come out on Thursday. So when the podcast drops, if you've never bought from Home Field, these designs are amazing. And I love when schools like Idaho and Idaho State give Home Field free reign to design their stuff like they did with like UTEP. So I can't wait to see all the designs. And if you've never bought from them, use the code for 15% off. The yes, ha ha ha, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off.
Kibby Doan shirt.
I hope so.
And now that we're all excited, Iowa at Penn State. Woo!
I would love to talk about that, but I'm distracted by the cow waterbeds I've been looking at on the internet since we started talking about waterbeds.
I'm sorry, what waterbeds?
Wait, a cow waterbed? Like the animal?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, check out the chat.
Oh Jesus.
Wait, sorry. When you said cow waterbed, I thought you meant a waterbed that either looked like a cow,
like with cow spots.
yeah, or made of leather or something. But you mean a waterbed for cows?
For cows, yes. DCC Waterbed's patented dual chamber design provides invariable, stable cushion for cow descent each and every time she lies down. The water suspends the cow's pressure points. The bed gently moves with her skin and repels liquid.
I also got a lovely pop-up that said, "We're making a difference for cows," or something like that when I opened this website. I clicked out of it too quickly.
We gotta have 3-year Letterman on the pod and ask him if it's okay to finance a cow waterbed.
Every time a cow leaves a DCC waterbed, the bed immediately returns to its original shape, ensuring a custom fit for every cow every time. Friends, cows like a comfortable surface. Cows like predictability. Like Penn State, Iowa.
Okay, that's the title of the podcast. A cow waterbed explains Penn State, Iowa.
Iowa-Penn State, like this is just fucking.
It's a whiteout game,
here?
Isn't it? Too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting really good at segues.
Some of the cows are, all white too. So I mean,
I always take a perverse enjoyment out of this game, honestly, because it makes Penn State always, even when they win, it always makes Penn State fans miserable, and that makes me happy.
Oh no, I take enjoyment out of this. This is wonderful.
I'm just glad that the broadcast is going to be tempted to show the 6-4 game.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's gonna show up again. You have to inform, especially if it's not very pointsy in like the third quarter, and which is a possibility because both of these teams have amazing defenses. So this seems to be a slugfest here, but I think overall the teams are good, but it just may be defenses are just so much better than the team's offenses. And you think Penn State has a little bit better of an offense,
significantly so.
Well, yeah, because I was banged up a little bit. They have some injuries too. I think one of their starting tight ends, which is very key for Iowa's offense, and I think their starting running back is hurt and probably out.
Something like that.
So they're banged up. I'm not making an Iowa offense joke here. I was just talking about like legitimate information. But again, Iowa's offense, he's above the line. Whatever happens
there's
here,
no way that continues.
So he's 10 points above pace, right?
Yes.
So they need to score 15 to stay on pace. Do they do that?
No.
Okay.
No.
They're not getting 15 points.
I mean, this is going to be like, what if the caber toss, but football?
Yep. What if that LIU quarterback that underhanded it, but football?
That was amazing.
That was wonderful. I love that guy.
Submarine throw. It was great.
It sucks. LIU's like off this week too. So they got a bye week. We got to wait 2 weeks to see that again. So
he was their backup, I think.
He was their backup.
He's like their backup, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's maybe their third string or second string.
It's like watching Moneyball. We're like, well, this guy's a great pitcher, but he just pitches weird. This guy's a great QB. He just hucks it like an underhand. Army at Syracuse, I briefly mentioned earlier. This is going to be like Army at UTSA, but more so. Also in a dome, also in a team that wants to be pointsy. Can Army just sit on them long enough? I don't know. But this might be a good thing to differentiate our Syracuse. Is Syracuse a good question?
This is going to be fun. Syracuse and Army really, really intrigues me. And
my desires are unconventional.
No, I'm curious about both of these teams. And if Army beats Syracuse, then ULM has a transitive win over Syracuse.
Commish is he's just Q's curious.
I am Q's curious.
How about some oatmeal? Wisconsin at Purdue. How about some oatmeal in your life? The problem is this game is on 6:00 on Friday, guys. This is going to be our option.
Oh man!
Like at the same time, I'm never going to be one to slag off like the Friday schedule because it's good to have. But the two games on at the same time, minus Brown at Harvard, which is on ESPN Plus. Fox Sports 1 gets you Wisconsin at Purdue. ESPN gets you NC State at Virginia. What are you having?
That's structural oatmeal. That's like load-bearing oatmeal.
Yeah, because I can't even go like, oh, NC State versus at Virginia might be like weird and crazy. It's better, I think, but I couldn't even tell you that.
I don't know that it is better.
Just a nice, nutritious bowl of Quickcrete.
Yeah, I mean, we might get. I wish we had last year's Purdue.
Yeah,
because then this game could get stupid. But we don't have last year's Purdue.
I feel like this year's Wisconsin could be stupid.
Yeah,
this is if the only interesting thing might be this might be the first time we see like Wisconsin proof of concept. this might be Wisconsin actually showing us what they would like to do.
So like Wisconsin goes full woo.
Yes, because they want to do that now. Like they're built more towards doing that, and this might be the game where they get the chance to. It's in West Lafayette, which means it will be raining and weird, especially on a Friday night. God,
New Wisconsin offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson. Got it.
I mean, I got Dana coming home once he gets fired.
Where's home?
West Virginia. Mountain Mama. No?
No way.
Maybe Sam Houston will take him.
Just at the end of the game,
Yeah.
winner gets Dana.
He's the trophy.
Oh my God.
The Dana Holgerson traveling trophy. Hold up. I like this now. Coaches is traveling trophies. I'd like to workshop this idea.
Hold on. Dana Holgerson's from Davenport, Iowa.
Yeah, he's not from West Virginia.
Oh, I thought he was part of like the Nick Saban, like
No.
he was from Virginia.
No.
He played at Iowa Wesleyan, which they just shuttered their program, which was the spot where they birthed the air raid with Hal Mummy and all of that. So
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it too. Say it.
Oh my God.
Say it.
Mama's calling.
Yeah, say it.
Mama's calling. Brian's not gonna make it, and Dana's going home.
Dana's going home and then to become head coach.
No. Give me
Iowa
this.
head
Can you
coach Dana
imagine
Holgerson.
Kurt and Dana just trying to
No.
have a conversation about anything?
No.
There's no way.
I want the odd couple, which I mean, Ferentz and Dana would kind of be the odd couple, but I want like Matt Campbell and Dana Holgerson as the offensive coordinator. The Cyclones and it just an absolute.
But can you imagine them trying to tell like, hey Dana, you got to wave to the kids. It's a nice thing to do.
He wouldn't have to do that at Iowa State.
I know. If you were Iowa, I'd be like, Dana, like it's a thing. You got to wave to the kids and just say hi. It's all you got to do. Fuck no, what are you talking about? What are the kids doing? I
don't know why you want me to wave at the kids. I didn't eat any this week.
Noted child. noted carnivore Dana Holgerson. Yes, I agree.
All right, let's go to the most heated rivalry in the SEC, Kentucky at Vandy.
Oh fuck this! Like,
how many games do you think Kentucky has over Vandy in their series history? Like, what do you think that series is?
I don't know.
They've both been bad for so long. Kentucky's been slightly better.
Yeah.
Is this? I mean, I know this is knowable information, but it feels like it is not knowable information.
I know
the limit does not exist.
Eldritch
I know
secret.
it, but like
what is?
Like,
how many?
I can hammer more nails into my forearm than you can.
How many games have they played?
So let's see here. That's 95.
Oh my God, there's been 95 of these.
Yes.
At some point, guys, there's a real chance that at some point in the time life of this podcast, the Sickos Committee, we'll be dealing with the 100th anniversary of Kentucky Vanderbilt, a game that will exist.
I mean, again, if we make it,
if that happens, we are rebranding this series as the 100 Years' War.
The 100 Years' War, Commodores, Wildcats. But yeah, what do you think this series split is between Kentucky and Vandy over those 95 games?
I'm choosing to believe that this series is 45, 45, and 5.
Okay.
And you cannot convince me otherwise.
That feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good.
I'm going to say Kentucky has this like 2-1.
Okay.
It's 70-20, Kentucky.
Okay. Pitt Girl is actually the most correct here. Kentucky has 48 wins. There's 4 ties, and Vandy has 43 wins.
Oh my
God!
I
was very close.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
So this is the closest that Vandy has to take a lead on, like basically to even up a rivalry in the SEC.
If
once Texas enters, then Vandy has the advantage over Texas. But right now, you only have a 5-game lead on them, Kentucky.
If Vandy and Kentucky play for the next 5 years, if this becomes like a projected rivalry or something, that means the 100th. If Vandy can win for the next 5 years, Vandy will go ahead on the 100th game. I am now willing this into existence.
Oh wow!
We're going.
Upset.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I think we should go to the 100th anniversary of Vandy, Kentucky, anyways, just for fun, especially if it's in Nashville.
So Vandy won, I believe, the last one last year. They beat Kentucky 24-21. So they have to win 6 in a row to take the lead. So they gotta keep winning. They gotta win this year and then 4 more after.
It's worth noting that Vandy won 16 of the first 17 of these things.
Well, I mean that definitely goes back to the vaunted Vandy offense.
I love history like that. You look at any two teams and be like, the first 30 games we just weren't like competitive at all.
What gets even better is when you go into how many points Kentucky scored in each one of these. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 14, 0, 6, 7, 0, 7.
And then they won. Playing football. They kept fucking playing football. I would have closed up shop after a certain point. I was talking to my kids today about knowing when to change course in your life, when to evaluate what you're doing, and knowing when what you're doing is not working.
I mean, what really turned it around was when this Bear Bryant guy showed up in 1946 to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And helped them win their second win in this series.
Jordan, I'm just imagining you giving the real winners quit speech.
I gave sort of a version of that today. I was like, it's not shameful to quit. It's not quitting if you just realize that this isn't working for you. How about La Tech at Nebraska?
Yeah.
Right? This feels like it's a winnable game for Nebraska.
Anything for a home win at this point.
They just got one.
This could be number 2.
2 in a row.
With 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
Go Big Red.
Matt Rule week.
Yeah. Oh, month.
Ooh.
Give him the key to a city, not the city, a city. Someone find me a city in Nebraska. We can give him a key to.
Medium-sized cities in Nebraska.
It's gonna be like cities of like 4,000 people.
What about Kearney?
Perfect. Done. Sold.
That feels right.
I think I remember that from the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
There we go. Pitt Girl, there was this game called the Oregon Trail.
And they want you to think that you'll be safe if you put your cart and your wagon onto a ferry. It won't be safe. Sometimes the ferry just breaks up and knocks your ass into the river.
And then you drown.
A thing I discovered in my goddamn 20s. Fuck you, Oregon Trail.
Matt Brown made me think of this, but I do want to make a road trip Oregon Trail game where it's some school out east and you've come up with we got to play Oregon and Eugene road trip. And it's Oregon Trail, but you're on a road trip.
Well, maybe let's do that for the
gas station food poisoning.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Cal goes to Boston College.
Oh, you know what?
There we go.
Yep, there you go. The old reverse Oregon Trail. Yep.
You could come up with a whole season that way. Like we're going to start in Independence, Missouri, and just slowly march west.
That's when someone was like, "Oh, could I drive to?" like one game a day or bike to one game a day. And people don't realize how big the West is and how empty the West is. Like, oh yeah, I can do there's tons of teams around here. And then just nothing. Lots of nothing for thousands of miles, which is the American West.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, Air Force at San Jose State, 9:30 on a Friday.
Again, this is like that comfort Mountain West Friday night game.
This is the best. Well, so here's the thing. This is not the CBS game. The CBS game is Boise State at San Diego State at the same time. That game is not going to be fun because San Diego State is.
I don't have any
in their own
opinions
hell
about San Diego. I wish San Diego State Stadium had the soccer style overhang.
That was the problem when it first opened. It's so fucking hot, right?
No,
the sun beats down on you.
They were like, okay, if we get an MLS team or whatever, that team will come in and build those things there. And it just feels like the stadium is just not complete yet, but it's open and it's nice and it's pretty and everything like that. But I feel like it needs that for atmosphere right now. But I mean, the seating is great. It's a nice turf and everything. I just feel like the stadium needs that extra oomph and maybe a little bit more of an intimidating atmosphere, and could have a lot of good sound effects with that overhang like the MLS game would have.
That would also require San Diego State to not be a team coached by Brady Hoke. He has turned them into
I mean, you mean to tell me if they would have had the thing in and the Brady Hokomaniacs?
Hey brother, we're the Brady Hokomaniacs.
Listen here, brother.
Is that your Brady Hoke?
I don't know.
Is that your Brady Hoke?
I don't even know what he sounds like, but I try.
He just sounds like clapping to me.
Mm-hmm.
communicates
I'm
exclusively
going to take off
through
my
clapping
headset
like
and
a
I'm going
seal.
to do a Brady Hoke, and all Michigan fans are going to be so upset right now.
Yeah, exactly. Done. See right there. Clap, clap, clap. Podcasting is a visual medium.
It is. I just clapped. I don't know if you could hear that or not.
Nevada at Texas State.
I think
6
like
p.m.
this is like one of our committee members is mad that we don't pronounce Nevada correctly anymore, and so shout out committee member.
I was told I am pronouncing it correctly for Nevada, Texas.
We also don't pronounce a lot of things correctly.
No.
Our German committee member commented on my German pronunciation of
that was so funny
of whatever stadium it was. He's like, I have season tickets and Jordan massacred it. Yep. You're absolutely right. Es tut mir leid. I love that in German, like, I'm sorry is es tut mir leid, which means it causes me pain.
It does me pain.
It does me pain, which is such a German thing.
So let's talk about Nevada and Texas State. Is this going to cause somebody pain?
Like, this is part of Texas State's romp. Like, they're going to keep going. They're going to score like 80 on Nevada.
This is one of those where I think that Nevada was close with Kansas in a weird one. And then Texas State, at home. But I mean, do you think Texas State gets a little bit overconfident and revert back to the old Texas State?
Nope.
But I don't think Nevada's good enough to do that. I don't know.
I think Nevada has scorched their nerve endings so badly at this point, they are only capable of feeling pain. That's all that is left to them.
I am on the Kenny Trainee, the Kenny Planey. I need, like, GJ Kenny is their coach. I need a rhyming thing, like the Lane Train, the Kenny Chimney.
How about the GJ Expressway?
Oh, sure. Just be better at naming things than me. Fucking fine. Okay. Great. Fine. We'll just use the GJ Expressway. Fucking great. Glad you're so good at this.
It's a toll road.
Yeah. Okay. It is in Texas, so it probably is toll. Yes.
It's a fucking toll road.
And it's probably owned by some Chinese corporation.
Just like the Turnpike.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Memphis at Mizzou in St. Louis.
Mizzou to the Lou.
This is weird.
That's all I have to say. Mizzou to the Lou.
This will be a conference game in like 20 years. Which conference? I don't know. Mississippi State at South Carolina?
Yes.
Anyone got any feelings about this?
My feelings is like, this is on the TV. I am watching. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I am very curious. Yes.
I can tell you what's not going to happen. I doubt they're going to do an F-35 flyover.
I would love this. Land the F-35 in the stadium.
It was already in the Kibby Dome. We saw that earlier today.
Yes, we did. We did find it. It was parked in the Kibby Dome. How did they get it in? Don't ask questions.
Shout out to the Kibby Dome Twitter account and Instagram page that loves us. So,
God, I love the Kibby Dome.
We love the Kibby Dome.
Yeah. Well, if you put in Holt Arena, you have to park it sideways.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and probably wouldn't be able to fit in.
I won't lie. I definitely went and looked at how long an F-35 was to see if they actually sized it down correctly. They did not. It was like, it's on a field. I can see how long it is. Don't fucking facepalm me. Ooh, it's storming outside.
Jordan, you fucking nerd.
Storm. Yes.
It's a quiet storm.
All the time. Arizona at Stanford. Sure.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes. Again, Jaden Delora did not have any interceptions last game. And so, I mean, I feel
Stanford's going to fix that.
I don't know if Stanford will fix that, but it's weird. It's on the farm. Pac-12.
It is on the Pac-12 network.
Yeah. We won't be able to really see it unless you could use our NordVPN link. We need to tweet more for discounts, like up to 63%, but we don't tweet. We're so professional.
We're not good at selling ourselves.
We're not good. I was like, we got a store. I don't want to bother you guys with the tweet about it.
That's the entirety of my existence is like, I don't want to bother you.
I don't want to bother you guys.
Excuse me, but could you maybe?
No, don't. It's fine. If you don't want to, it's fine.
I mean, I have some things you could buy, but you don't have to. You don't. I just, it might be nice if you could maybe some things, a sticker.
Let's see if Pitt Girl has feelings about UNC at Pitt.
Oh god,
this game is so fucking stupid. Oh my god, I love this game.
It's historically extremely fucking stupid. It's going to be extremely fucking stupid. I don't know what kind of stupid it's going to be. There is a particular kind of stupid that it is most likely to be, which is that I am once again miserable for 3.5 to 4 hours and screaming at my television because Phil Dracovic is reportedly starting this game, despite that thing that we all saw.
Hey, it's everyone's fault, right? It's everyone's fault.
I'm just going to go scream so that I don't, like, into a pillow or something, so I don't blow out all of our levels.
What was the quote? It was everyone's fault. So, those passes just weren't, near anyone. Who's making the passes, Pat?
Yeah.
That's not true. They were near people.
Yeah. Turnovers lost the game. Yes, Pat, who generated the turnovers?
That was it.
Also, have we considered that it's everyone because there is someone who's killing the fucking vibe? We got a party ruiner.
So can you explain what the Boo Cities thing is?
Yes, I can explain the Boo City thing. Thank you for making that graphic for me. It is doing
welcome.
Numbers. Very much appreciated. So Pat's press conference on Monday was like kind of wild.
It was real special.
It was. Even in like Pat adjusted terms, it was real special. But quote, I think they were booing me just so we're on the same page. Did they say boo Phil or boo coach? Like, there was boos. So I don't know who they were at least from what I hear, because I don't hear those things with my headphones on. I'm not sure our kids really do either. He went on later, quote, we're in Boo City, PA. But again, I think we talked about that a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't know when it was. But hey, it is what it is. If that's what they want to do, great. It should not affect us or our psyche. Hello, checking in from Boo City, Pennsylvania, population me, and also producer Arthur, because we made the same joke in the little banner name tag thing.
This is very much this old Simpsons, like they're saying Boo Earns. It's the exact same thing.
Now I need Iron City to come out with a beer that's called Boo City. Boo City Light.
That's their pumpkin ale.
Yeah.
It's got little ghosts on it.
It's too close for Halloween beer.
It's a Halloween beer. Yeah, that's what we need.
Whoever was in your thread that did the drawing version of the Cathedral of Learning with the Ghosts also did a great job.
Oh, yes. Shout out to friend of the pod. I have the wrong Twitter account open.
That's fine. It was great. Like that one, showed mine.
Friend of the pod, Rochelle of Pitt Twitter, did an excellent job with the little ghosties. I will drop it in the chat for everyone's benefit because it's very cute.
Is it haunted, Kathy?
It is haunted, Kathy.
Wait a sec. USF put up a banner that says beat rice, #beat rice, but it looks like Beatrice.
Yes.
It looks like Beatrice.
It's like Beatrice. It's almost like one of those. It's not an Amber Alert. They're like silver alerts that we get in Texas.
Yeah.
It's like there's a missing elderly person.
You guys get silver alerts? Is that a thing where y'all are?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like Beatrice is missing, but it beat rice. That billboard has just made the USF Rice game jump a couple spots on our ranking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the Beatrice game.
This is why Carnage matters.
There we go. I am moving it 3 spots higher because of this billboard. Also,
the great account at BUULLLLLLLS as a very sort of like a parody USF account.
Yes.
We're pivoting to Bulls hitting rice. Please switch to the hashtag bullshitting rice. Beautiful.
Their bio is extremely amusing also. Unofficial account of the SOFO Bulls, that's 1 W and 7 AACLs, was once the number 2 CFB parody account for like a day.
Beautiful. That's great. Okay, we got some more to go through here. WKU at Troy. Sure. This might be this probably should have been a conference matchup if Western Kentucky could have ejected from Conference USA fast enough without Mitsu trying to drag them back in.
There's a really good thing that you could do here where you take Big Red and make a Trojan horse thing out of it.
People just pouring out of Big Red.
Yes.
This game has only happened 12 times, and that feels 13 times. And that feels wrong. Yeah, 13 times. This should have happened a lot more.
Or a lot less. That feels like the wrong number in any event.
It should have been this is the 85th thing we've never, they have a trophy that we've never heard of and things like that. Or this.
Beth, are you saying this game should have been played more like 9 times?
We're back to this again.
That score came up in
the Saints game, yes.
The NFL
Monday
games,
Night Football, yep.
Thank you. You're welcome. Go Saints.
Central Michigan at South Alabama. More Sunbelt Maction.
I mean, again,
more of this.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of MAC and Sunbelt teams playing each other, but I hadn't even checked how many were. But this
I'll
one
do the
is
chart again. I can pull the chart up.
The Chips played pretty well against Notre Dame. You know, again, it's Notre Dame. They played well. They hung around. I mean, they didn't really threaten anything. But now USA, you know, just beat the crap out of Oklahoma State. Is this a little bit of letdown in Mobile? I don't know. Just curious. I would love to watch.
I don't know. I don't know at home.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. It's college kids,
Is this the
right?
NFL Network game? Is this the NFL Network game? Do we get an NFL Network game?
I don't think there's an NFL Network game this week.
Cowards.
Boo.
There's too much NFL on.
Yeah, there's too much NFL on. Damn it. Did you see they're moving Monday Night Football to ABC? Because the writer's strike, they need content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was on ABC last night.
Was it really?
Yep.
Did not notice.
South Al is on ESPN Plus, by the way.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Aww.
This one is a conference game. Southern Miss at Arkansas State. I'm going to guess that this one's been played a bunch, but let me see.
Who?
Southern Miss and Arkansas State.
I don't think
Only
so.
played 12 times.
Yeah.
Again, that feels like the wrong number. This should be 100 years old with the trophy, or it should be, played
the
once.
first meeting between these two teams.
Right.
Well, I mean, they're now in the same conference, so they'll definitely have, there's red and gold here. They can make a trophy. The Red Wolves versus the Golden Eagles.
I'm excited to see how bad Arkansas State can be before they beat ULM. I want to see how badly that loss will look. Because right now you're hanging on the Army win, and you're like, Army's been good. Army beat UTSA. We beat Army.
Well, I mean, Army did turn the ball over 5 times that game. So
don't talk about that. I'm helping you here.
I don't even know how they won that game still. I was watching Army and UTSA. I was like, how the hell did ULM beat Army?
Because they held on to the ball. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. They didn't turn the ball over 5 times. But, I mean, it was humid out in Monroe, so that helped. You see, UTSA, you need to have an open door stadium.
Oh, God. Yeah, don't do that in San Antonio. Jesus Christ.
Retractable roof Alamo Dome. But but
I think the Alamo Dome was built on a Superfund site, so I don't think you want to dig up that ground anymore.
No, probably not. Yeah.
Why not? It's super fun. It said so.
It's a right on the tin. It's a super fun site.
Super fun is correct. No, I'm just curious. This is it's not been going well for Arkansas State. They did beat the Sea Wolves last week. And Southern Miss coming off of a Battle of the Bell loss to the Green Wave. So I'm just curious what will happen here.
Then other games that are weird. BC Louisville. I don't know. Sure. Ohio at Bowling Green. We got some action finally.
Yes. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Texas Tech at West Virginia at 2:30. 3:30
Apparently we're not allowed to just play Pennsylvania all year.
Let's say you do have to play
No
some
one
conference
told me.
games. Congratulations. You say that now, and now I want to see you guys schedule Penn. Can we get a Penn West Virginia game going on?
I cannot think of 2 football cultures that are more similar.
Love that.
Than the Quakers and the Mountaineers.
It's a home and home though, because you guys have to go to Franklin Field. I want to see this now. All of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Akron at Indiana.
We just started throwing pepperoni rolls at the toast Zamboni.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Toast Zamboni's like, what the fuck is this?
It'll gum it fucking straight up.
Yep.
Akron at Indiana, sure. JMU at Utah State. This one's on Cages.
Yes.
I'm very excited for that.
Cages. We're just gonna let you know that is a radio station. Call letters KJZZ, named after the Jazz. That they stole from New Orleans. But yeah.
Cages.
It's now the Quiet Storm on Cages.
I'm Corvallis Love, live on Cages.
Corvallis Love.
EMU at Jacksonville State. Again, we're back. Well, this is Conference USA.
I love
also great.
Just a weird fact about EMU at Jacksonville State. You have 2 head coaches.
They played 200 times. Wait, no.
No. Both head coaches have the same letter for their first and last name. It's Chris Creighton and Rich Rodriguez.
They're all Marvel characters.
So it's almost CCR. but there's one extra R there. So
Rutgers at Michigan. I want to take a quick side detour on this because I had a Mandela effect moment the other day. I remember sitting in Discord with all of you.
Yeah.
The night it was in 2020, in that shortened season, that Michigan and Rutgers went to an overtime game. And because we listened to the meltdown on the radio, we listened. Like it was the call-in show. Like someone called in and we're like, I'm like Leonardo from Ann Arbor, and this game was worse than the Battle of the Somme. Like, it was great. We had a great night that night.
Yeah.
I remember Rutgers winning that game.
No.
They didn't.
No,
Rutgers has only won one in the series.
They missed a field goal to win, and it wound up going to OT.
But I swear, in my timeline, guys, I think I might be in the wrong timeline. In my timeline, Rutgers won the game.
No, they didn't win it. It felt like they won it, even though Michigan won it. It felt like Rutgers won it.
That must have been it.
Because
that was a really bad Michigan season. That was an awful Michigan season.
This was even before it was the COVID year, and I think Michigan went 2-4 before we even had the Twitter account. The Michigan 2-4 Michigan was the Sickos Committee unofficial champion before we even had
that was also my lots of painkillers fall. So
yeah.
So I remember sitting in a bathtub while I was doing that and talking to you guys. So who knows what was going on at that point? Okay.
My favorite thing about that season was Penn State going 0-5.
My favorite part was Indiana trying to get their way into the Big Ten title game.
Indiana unironically got screwed.
Oh, absolutely did, because Ohio State played like 2 games.
I didn't like the 2020 season at all for ULM. So
yeah,
Well,
yes. Pick a season that you have liked for ULM in the past 10 years. Go.
2018 was fun.
Okay, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got bowl snubbed. But if I had the committee back in 2018, they definitely would have got a bowl game.
Oh yeah, no, we would have
harassed the ever living crap out of somebody to give them a bowl game.
What about conference game UCF at Kansas State? Yep, that's weird too.
That's right.
Doing the face scrunch thing again because it also feels wrong and bad.
Orlando to Manhattan on a flight. Oh, I'm sorry, Manhattan, Kansas on a flight.
Georgia Tech at Wake. We talked about this one. This is on the CW.
I don't want to
Minnesota Northwestern. I don't want to wake. Yeah, that's good.
I don't want to wake.
Someone did the Smallville show poster, the one where it looks like Clark Kent is like crucified as Superman, but put the Demon Deacon's head on it, and I fucking died laughing. Texas at Baylor. This one could be real stupid. I don't like this.
If Texas is really back, Jordan,
they'll lose this. If Texas is back, they will lose this. They will trip on their own dicks right now and beat Oklahoma by 30.
I mean, the Baylor team had a backup quarterback and threatened Utah until everything fell apart at the end.
They did not, however, separate from LIU like I thought they would.
No,
it wasn't close, but they did not go away. They did not push them away.
I don't know. So
how about Cal at Washington at 9:30?
I mean, this could be one of those weird Pac-12 at after
9:30 kick. This is 9:30 Central kick.
But I mean, it's in Washington, so if this was at Cal, I feel like Cal would have a much better chance in this one.
Yes, yeah.
But Washington seems to be a bit of a buzzsaw offensively.
Notorious home field advantage, Memorial Stadium at Cal
for Pac-12 after dark. Yes.
Turning the widening gyre. Oski cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world.
That's right.
I'm just happy this game is on a channel that doesn't require me to fire up the Moldovan VPN.
That's right.
Oh, it is. This is on...
It's on ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, really, because I did just get that air fryer, and I was really looking forward to watching it on there.
I'm going to do my laundry and watch Cal Washington. Ole Miss at Alabama. This is only funny if Lane wins.
It's always funny because he always manages to piss Saban off in some way. There's going to be something.
You're not my real dad.
And now, let the podcast play some neck. The Northeast Conference, our favorite conference. What was the game that you highlighted? That it was the quarterback, and that's why this is why we follow NEC stuff, because there's fun, weird stuff in there.
Yeah.
We have moved on to conference play, by the way, in the NEC. Sacred Heart at St. Francis.
The Red
We
Flash.
have Stonehill at Fordham. I think Stonehill's winning streak might come to an end here. The family is doing very good. Then Merrimack at Wagner. We have many teams off in the NEC this week.
Yeah, there's like nobody play. There's only like 3 games involving NEC teams. Yeah, because the NEC teams, they just did their let's go get all our paychecks out the way, and then they're like, here's some, LIU's off after dealing with Baylor, and I mean, look, last week Central Connecticut went to Kent State.
Duquesne went to
Coastal.
Got destroyed by Coastal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a lot of them that did that, and then they do that in the beginning of the year. They travel everywhere.
Oh shit! Next week, Wagner at Rutgers.
Ooh.
Jersey versus spiritual Jersey, or Staten Island versus spiritual Staten Island. Take your pick.
I would like to propose that we call this week for the NEC Self-Care Saturday.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah. You hang out with friends, watch a movie together, low-key events.
Make some popcorn.
Where's Loretto, PA?
Oh, Loretto's like out in the middle of nowhere.
That's where St. Francis is, apparently?
It's extremely close to me.
Okay. That's where St. Francis is, apparently.
It's up mountain.
You're in the heart of neck country. Did you know that?
I am. Oh, yeah.
I didn't
absolutely
know that.
knew that. No, like, St. Francis is the closest college football school that I could go see a game at.
D1, of course, because there's probably D3 schools near you.
It's St. Francis is extremely close to me. I play shows up there fairly frequently. It's within my gigging radius.
Your gigging radius makes you sound like you are an animal, and you're like, this is my territory. I have marked my territory. Actually, you know what? Never mind. That's a musician thing. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. You have a radius. You don't go outside.
I was thinking more like Texas A&M fan. Like, this is the radius with which I can
gig with my thumb.
Yes.
Other funky FCS games. How about you? This is University of Arkansas Pine Bluff at Alabama A&M on Thursday night. This is our HBCU Thursday Night Fun, which should be a lot of fun. This game is on ESPNU, so we will be able to watch this. It's at the same time as Georgia State Coastal, so a good second screen.
Ooh.
Brown at Harvard on Friday. Yes, of course we root for Brown, because fuck Harvard. Houston Christian, nay Baptist, at Southeastern Louisiana. The Southland, as much as we love them, is not having a great year, y'all. It's been rough for the Southland. So, Incarnate Word's okay, the rest of them not so much.
No, so Southeast Louisiana, they went to play 2 FBS schools. They got beat up, and then to relax a little bit and ease into FCS, they went to the Blood Turf at Eastern Washington.
God, why do you do that?
No.
I don't know. But they went there, and when I was doing the SCWFT man, what the fuck, man? I was like, I was just like, why are you doing that? The funny thing about this is that CELA or SLU, whatever you want to be called, the Daiquiri Cats.
That's not what they're.
I know. They, that's kind of a Louisiana thing because all the school names changed, so everybody takes digs at each other for what used to be
if
called.
You're still directional or not.
Yeah. Would you don't want to be called and whatever.
Yeah. No idea what that's like. How's things VPI?
Yeah. Woo. So both quarterbacks for the Lions were named to the first and second team, like quarterbacks, preseason teams.
Oh God. And then what happened?
No, nothing. It's just weird.
Oh, I thought you were saying and then they all got now they're on their 4th string quarterback.
They're
0-3 dude named
they're 0-3, and both of their quarterbacks were just. I've never seen that. Like one team has both quarterbacks in the first and second team, but that's the Southland Conference. It's weird. They get into their normal schedule. I mean, they got beat by Mississippi State. South Alabama beat them, and then they went to Cheney, Washington on the red turf. Now they're back home in Hammond. And hopefully just chilling. Their big game is October 7th against Incarnate Word. So that'll be one that we definitely look for.
We got some Big Sky bangers. Sacramento State off their big win at Idaho, who almost had a big win. This might be for the top of the Big Sky.
Yeah.
Montana State at Weber State. Weber State's long snapper gets a chance, hopefully to, I don't know if it's the same guy, gets a chance hopefully to redeem what happened last year. That was the game that had
4 safeties,
5 or 6.
4 safeties.
Yeah, whatever it was. God, it was so
4 safeties based off of bad long snaps. Yes.
Eastern Washington at UC Davis and Northern Colorado at Ohio State. Both of these teams are 0-3, and this is Idaho State's homecoming.
Go Jacks.
It's Idaho State's homecoming.
Oh, no, it's Northern Colorado.
Northern Colorado, that's the Bears.
Northern Colorado is the Bears. So Idaho State in the newly refurbished Holt Arena, or renovated arena. They're both teams 0-3. It's their homecoming. But it's weird that the Big Sky has like everybody evenly matched this week.
This is very much like mirror mode week.
Yeah.
Although Montana State's gonna be mad that I said that they are mirror mode with Weber State. Sorry.
No, definitely not. But they play close games, so it's still Big Sky banger alert.
North American at Incarnate Word. North American of the 91 points, Portland State, a bad team.
Do you think Zach Calzada can lead UIW to hit 91 points in San Antonio against North American?
I don't think Incarnate Word takes their foot off the gas.
Is there an over-under on this game?
No, it's FCS. We may find one on like Saturday, but right now they don't put betting lines until way late on FCS games.
Okay.
That, oh my God.
But probably
We'll have to
not
keep an eye on
because
what number would that have to be for you, Pitt Girl, for you to take an over or take an under?
I don't know. I am not a gambling person. I'm just interested in what Vegas thinks.
Western Illinois at Southern Utah. Western Illinois has the current longest Division I losing streak at 16.
So
this may not be 17. This
is going to be a tough one. They go all the way out to face the Thunderbirds. Just wanted to do something like the Leatherneck Lookout. We're trying again, longest losing streak in Division I. We want to break
it this year.
We want to break it. We want to break it. Let's go Western Illinois. Let's break this. Let's get yourself a win. And I'm gonna promise a bevel if you do win. You're getting a bevel.
Yeah.
Done. Let's go Western Illinois.
New Hampshire at Delaware, probably for the top of the CAA, and then fucking the Pioneer Conference, guys. One of my favorite FCS conferences. Dayton at San Diego, a conference game.
The map of that conference looks like one of those maps that people fill out. Like, look at all the places I've traveled when they've never gone on a vacation ever, and they just travel for work at the regional health system that has managed to become an odd conglomerate.
This is schools in California, Minnesota, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. This is real strong regional healthcare system. You're absolutely right.
I love how it's partially contiguous.
Like, yeah, there's like two states that touch each other, but then they don't touch each other. It's just it is.
We need to expand this conference so that California, Florida, and New York have travel buddies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what I found out about the Pioneer Football League is that their league is a little bit unique in all of Division I. So it consists of institutions that choose not to award athletic scholarships to football players. So everybody that plays in the Pioneer Conference does not give scholarships to any one of their players. So all of these teams, they don't do it. Now
that doesn't make them unique in FCS.
No.
Because the Ivy League also does not give scholarships.
Yes.
And Georgetown still chooses not to give scholarships. The Patriot League used to not to.
Yeah.
But is this football? This has to be football only, though, right? Because like Dayton's basketball players are on scholarship.
Yeah,
Pioneer League is football only. It's just their football players.
It's football only, and really, it's quite interesting of a conference. And again, the map is absolutely insane. Just looking at it is so weird. And then just to have San Diego all the way out there by itself.
So in case you don't know, I'll quickly run down the members. This is Butler, Davidson, Dayton, Drake, Marist, Moorhead State, which is the only public school in this group.
Mm-hmm.
Presbyterian, St. Thomas up in Minnesota, San Diego, not State, Stetson, and Valpo. That's a weird group of.
So St. Thomas should have won this conference last year and should have went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, right.
But since they moved from D3 up to FCS, they were prohibited to do that.
Jumped directly.
Yeah,
from D3 to FCS.
Good for them,
didn't they?
It could have been D2 to FCS, but I remember they were.
No, it was D3 because they got like no one would play them anymore. They're
on a 5-year plan. That's right. So they're on a 5-year plan to move all the way up and do that. But yeah, this is very, very weird, very unique. Conference champions and everything like that. The funny thing here is that San Diego has won a ton of these conference championships. But then it's just such a weird league, such a funky Sickos league. So
I mean, that was Jim Harbaugh's first job, like first head coach job, I think, was San Diego.
The Toreros, yes.
Toreros, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is just something I just wanted to mention. It's just weird that it's a conference game. The school in New York, flying all the way out to San Diego to play a conference game, and then there's Stetson in Florida going to San Diego. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
There also used to be Jacksonville before they stopped their program.
Yeah,
not State, the Dolphins.
The Dolphins, the one near the actual Jacksonville, not Jacksonville State in Alabama, the actual Jacksonville, Florida. Just such a weird thing I just wanted to point out. And also my dad is a Dayton alum, so I wanted to mention Dayton.
There you go. Okay, folks. That's what we got for tonight. We got week 4 coming up this weekend. We will talk to you guys on the summary show. Have a good one.